Okay, so we're gonna go over what I think that has been moved. I'm looking at you, Pigeon. Anyway, we're getting to the world's easiest impromptu card to box. Why am I holding this ancient bicycle deck? Because you'll note that old bike decks had the back printed on them. That's really handy for this trick. Not that I'm saying you should pull out an old bike deck, because finding one in any type of good shape would be next to impossible. I don't know what I just hit over there. New deck. Just keep the plastic on it and throw a card in between the box and the plastic. Leave it that way, right? It helps with this trick and a million other tricks. You don't have to. You can by all means do it, but like this, I've had it fly by plenty of times without having it set up like this. It'll just help probably with your own comfort level. It is a little bit of a bold move in the end. Okay, getting to the actual thing. What we should really credit here is the Kelly bottom placement. It is kind of the golden move to this trick. The first half of the move is the exact same, so it is inspired off of it, of course. Right now I have it just called CTB, like every card to box on the planet, but I really feel that we should probably call it the Kelly to box or something, I don't know. Okay, I'll stop battling. Right off the bat, when you pull the deck out, drop this box in your way, just so you have an excuse to move it later on, right? Okay, that should be pretty clear. This deck can be shuffled, it can be totally, there's no gimmicks, nothing. Now we'll quickly go over the Kelly bottom placement, as I feel that you should know it, and it's a great move, and it deserves to be learned, and it's really easy, so it'll only take a minute. So let's get through it. Yeah, I think you'll really like it. So basically the spectator's gonna learn or tell you when to stop at any card here, right? No breaks, nothing. They can really tell you when to stop, right? And then immediately you're doing the standard remember your card, of course, right? And when you go to clean up, right away, it's on the bottom, okay? Now that's the Kelly bottom placement. How that's done quickly is we're grabbing, like I say, any card here, and then on the way down here, you're gonna cant this card off to the side like this and pull it away from this packet, okay? So you're gonna start doing that about here, and then when you clean up these packets, right, you're clearly just gonna slide that card onto the bottom, like so, okay? One more time. Gonna do that, and then on the way down here we're gonna pull that away and then just slide it underneath our packet while we clean up, okay? And now it's on the bottom. Kelly bottom placement, wicked move, learn it. Not, like I said, not really a prerequisite to this. It's just, it is the first half of the move, so definitely deserves the credit. Getting on to our move, our nameless Kelly bottom box placement inbox plus thing. I'll show you what we're doing that's a little bit different here. So we're gonna start with our Kelly bottom placement. Man, we should do a counter how many times we say that in this tutorial, right? So we got our card, and then when we go to do it, we're gonna do our standard move until about this point, because when we go to clean up the deck, we're gonna slightly lift the deck at the same time and leave this card off to the side a little. Not too much, but basically without this hand as cover, this is what's happening. Okay, and you're gonna flip the deck onto this card. That's all you're doing, okay? Now, so the card is now on the bottom flipped over, of course. that is a utility in itself. I actually use it for quite a few different routines. It's just this is most, what is that? Christ. So once again, just in slow-mo, our move here. So we're gonna grab that, do the cant, but while flipping the deck over, okay? It's very easy. It becomes very natural very quickly. It does, and you can do it very quickly. Now keep in mind this hand is cover, so once again, with the cover, slowly, this is what we're getting, right? So invisible, very nice move. Now to note, as soon as I flip this deck over, you can tell I really want to spread it, which I do, because it's just is so natural. Even for the card to box, I would present it as, so we're doing it as this, pick your card, remember your card, right? Card's going back in the middle here, somewhere, right? That's all I'm doing, is I'm presenting it as it's somewhere in the middle here when I do that spread. It's just natural, and it really shows that I don't care if you look at the cards, right? Even though this is on the bottom. Just make sure this isn't really kicked back or off to the side or something silly, but it probably won't be. Okay, now that it's here, the whole point of this is very interesting, actually. Now that I made a big fuss of where to put the box, I'm gonna move it. But if you note, when I just drop this deck, there's a natural break between that flipped card and these, so if I just grab it, it just stays. Right, anybody can grab it. It's just gonna stay because of that natural break. So that's the key to this whole concept and why it plays so well to card to box. So say our box is back there, right? I can now go and grab the box, right? And quickly release and present the deck in any fashion. I can hand it to them to get the heat off the box, which it won't be anyway. Nobody cares about a box. You're just moving it, right? Note it's slightly off there. Our card is now there, right? But it was, if you don't get it absolutely perfect, don't worry at all. I've never, ever, ever, ever been caught. It's always flown by, right? And I'm sure, and I can't really remember, but I'm absolutely sure that most of the times that I do that very quickly, it ends up just slightly off, right? But it's a very natural instance, and you're presenting this deck right away, either with a move or just with the fact that you're handing it to them, even to look for their card right now, right? I may not do that because that distracts them too much away from your hands, and when they backtrack on the trick, they may feel that when they were searching for their card, you may have been doing something with your hands, right? So I would relatively keep your hands in view because there's nothing to hide now. It's all done and set, right? Now, when you do want to conclude this and get to your card to box, right? See, even things like that, natural distraction. Christ, what a dumb table to use. Okay, when you conclude and you want to present this, right? Simply grab the sides of the box, just so it doesn't slide in some weird way like that, or off or back. If you just grab the sides, it's not going anywhere. And immediately I present the front while I have a slight grip on it, right? Now when I give it a bit of a shake, I tap the back. Usually there's some surrounding noise and everything, so it always flies by. You may have some other technique to pretend that there's something in the box, but I just quickly tap the back. And I don't make a big fuss about this, just quickly, right? Oftentimes I don't even tap anything, and there's nothing there, and just your brain will imagine that there is. Trust me. When you pull this card out, you have two decisions. You can take your index and put it on the outside of the box and quickly slide it past, right? And it looks also very natural. But I've found when you normally have a card in the box, right? You do open it and you grab it usually from the inside and pull it out. So up to you, whatever you want to do when it's on the back. You can put your hand inside the box, no big deal. Whatever you feel is comfortable, just make sure your fingers on the side are acting as guide rails. So this doesn't slip up like this, right? Guide it with your fingers when pulling it out. That's all. And then do whatever you want with that. Because you have a genuine miracle on your hands. But yeah, regardless, practice the move. Come up with some different utilities for it. It's really fun. You'll note that when you put it down and then pick it up and it stays there, it's quite magical in itself, that break. 100% of the time it stays there, no matter who grabs it. So use that to your own creativity too. But a very simple card to box that you'll be really confident in doing, because it's that 100% pickup rate. It never fails, really. The boldness of it being on top of the box, don't try it with somebody comfortable a couple times. You'll note they will not see that. Yeah, nobody pays attention to that. Potentially magicians do. Then that comes up to your misdirection skills. But I still feel they're very light in this trick. So play around with it. It's pretty fun, for sure, right? Have fun.